Forms of Research Writing and Publication, Scopus Indexed Journals, organized by the Department of Commerce SF, V.H.N.S.N.College, Virudhunagar, in association with the Department of BBA, Mangayakarsi College of Arts and Science for Women, Madurai. We are so thankful to the resource person Dr. V. Arulmurugan sir for making yesterday's session more informative one among the participants, and the same is to be continued today's session also by the today's resource person Dr. Kishore sir. Now I invite one of my colleague, Mr. R. Balaji sir, to introduce the chief guest of today's program. Sir, please.
Good evening, one and all. It is my great pleasure to introduce our today's chief guest. Dr. K. Kishore sir is a renowned expert in academic report writing, creation of electronic content, and data analysis report using various tools like SPSS and AMOS. He currently teaches accounting and research methodology courses. His sir has conducted more than 40 online, 70 offline workshops in India and 7 workshops in Dubai. Sir has chaired more than 50 seminars, conference, and panel discussion in India. 4 PhD students and 1 MPhil student are currently under his supervision as a researcher. Scopus, Web of Science, and Google Scholar and other database record his journal articles in excess of 50. 20 of his class lecture materials are protected by copyright, and he holds 10 patents. Also, he is guiding 7 students from Liverpool John Moores University in the United Kingdom through their coursework. 2 best research paper awards have been given to him, and he is a peer reviewer for several high-profile journals have been given to him. He is a member of University Inspection Commission, Board of Studies, and external examiner for a PhD and MPhil students. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Creativity requires input, and that's what research is. So, without any delay, let me hand over the session to our resource person. Sir, please. Kishore sir, please.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity given to me. I would like to sincerely thank Sendil Kumaran Nada College for inviting me for this wonderful 2-day workshop. And also thankful to the co-organizer. I think it's Mangayakarsi College of Arts and Science for Women, Madurai. And Selvanathan sir for calling me. And I will also thank Dr. Arulmurugan, my best friend, who is working in Pondicherry University at Karaikal Center. And it gives me immense pleasure to meet you all. And I also welcome the participants of this particular day's program. And I hope, and I also promise that this session will be very, very useful. And take it a little bit seriously. The participants, take it very seriously. Don't think that, don't ask when are we going to give the link for feedback and certificate and all. Okay, this session will be an eye-opening to you. Definitely a guarantee for that. Okay, and I also thank Dr. Balaji for introducing me. Thank you very much, sir. And I would like to thank Sundara Pandyan principal and the coordinator, Dr. R. Palani, and vote of thanks. So we're going to give Dr. A. Anita, assistant professor of BBA, Mangayakarsi College. Okay, thank you very much for all of you. Now, straight away, I'll go to session. My session is going to be like in the first 10 to 15 minutes, it will be a PPT presentation about plagiarism. We'll be discussing about plagiarism and the consequence of plagiarism. It will be like, interactive session, right? And after that, I'll be showing you a plagiarism tool, okay? The original, earlier it was called as wood cone, now it is original. So I will, take you to that particular demo. And then I will be taking you to how to write the literatures, okay? How to write the literature. That is paraphrasing technique using a tool, okay? Using a legal tool, okay? That we will be seeing, right? So straight away, let me share my screen. Participant, take it very seriously. Again, I don't know if it is in mobile phone, pay attention, right? And it is going to be an interactive section. So keep messaging me on that particular topic. Let me share my screen. Yeah. So plagiarism-free research report writing and the consequence. So agenda is going to be like this: plagiarism, consequences of plagiarism. What do you mean by plagiarism, authorship, and copyright? Because there is a problem understanding in these three concepts. Okay, plagiarism, authorship, copyright, and then we will be talking about paraphrasing in detail, and summarizing and coding. We'll also be talking less about it, but paraphrasing will be the main agenda, and the techniques of paraphrasing using the tools. Okay, I'll give you a demo on all these things, right? So you may also see where you are making the mistake actually. Okay, actually what we are doing, and how those mistakes are being highlighted in the academic platform, right? So what is plagiarism? Yeah, everybody, no, 6 years back or 5 years back, when we talk about plagiarism, it was a new word for the researchers. Okay, but in this particular area, like collegiate level, of course, in premier institutes like IIT, they were aware of what is this plagiarism about. We assume that we are talking about cutting and pasting. Okay, as a joke, we were talking, but plagiarism is the biggest trouble in India, right? So taking ideas or words from a source without giving credit to other author is called plagiarism, right? So that is the main, the meaning or the definition of plagiarism, right? So what Webster Dictionary talks about plagiarism is that any stealing, okay, any stealing or passing off an idea of one's in his own sentences, in his own view, as if it is telling that it is my view, so that thing we call it as plagiarism. To use without crediting the source, okay, you may be cutting it and pasting it, and if you're not giving acknowledgement, even that becomes plagiarism. Literally making a literary theft, right? Cutting and pasting it and telling that it is yours. Okay, so literary theft, it's like stealing, and presenting a new and original idea or a product derived from an existing source. Even this can be treated as a plagiarism, right? Now, this is the definition. The actual definition goes like this: there are other forms of plagiarism as well. You can see that excessive repetition. Excessive repetition is also called as plagiarism, right? Now it is a new concept, maybe a new thing, which you may be hearing from me. In earlier days you thought that only cutting and pasting, but when you're not properly paraphrasing, even that becomes plagiarism. Improper citations becomes plagiarism. Okay, when you're not citing your articles or citing your sources properly, even that becomes plagiarism, right? Improper idea borrowing. Okay, your friend's idea. Okay, it's a friend's idea. If you want to borrow that particular idea, even and if you're not using it properly, even that becomes plagiarism, right? Fraud in doing research, that is also plagiarism. Forgery. Okay, when you malpractice, when falsify, or if you're going to what we call it as manipulate the data, as from you might have collected 50, if you are making it is 150, even that becomes plagiarism. Okay, so plagiarism is nothing but cutting and pasting alone is not plagiarism. Excessive repetition, improper citation, improper idea borrowing, fraud, forgery, all this becomes plagiarism, right? Now let me take you to one particular concept, unethical practices. Okay, unethical practices. So what is unethical practices? As we discussed, earlier, data falsification, cheating, of course, plagiarism, unauthorized collaboration. This is the biggest trouble where the researchers we followed unauthorized collaboration, right? No, you hire a statistician, you hire someone, like that, to do your research work, for writing reports. All these things are unethical practices in research, right? And of course, misconduct and mistake. So all this form plagiarism. Now, what are the consequences of plagiarism? The first one is destroyed reputation. Your name is spoiled. Your name is going to get spoiled. And there are other issues which is legally you need to face. Okay, that we call it as legal issues. and then you have to pay compensation when you are when you are convicted as a plagiarized person. Okay, so you need to pay. Like what producers are paying. Very recently, I mean, the actor Surya ended up paying some gross of money to one director. Okay, because of plagiarized story, right? And Kala, Rajinikanth, and the producer of Indian movie, he also ended up in paying some. And I think it's in court, right? So all these are comes under plagiarism. So monetary loss is going to be there, right? And of course, fail in course. This is what is going to happen. These are consequences of plagiarism, right? Now let me ask you some questions. So I request participants to be alert, and I need your answers. Okay, so I'm going to open my chat box, and you need to answer me some questions to move further, right? Right. Now check this. You can type it, or if you have the option to speak to me, you can speak, right? See, this is a scenario one. Mr. X uses ideas and phrases from a very old book, one that no longer has any copyright in his essay. He doesn't cite the information because the book isn't legally protected by copyright. Is this plagiarism or copyright violation? Anyone can say. Type yes if it is plagiarism, no if it is not, and what it is. If it is copyright, anything. You can open and speak. Rajalakshmi, no. Carl Lewis, yes. Plagiarism, Jaya, plagiarism, Jayashini. Okay, copyright violation, Parvati. What wonderful, wonderful plagiarism. Yes, it's plagiarism. Marga Bandhu, Lakshmanan, plagiarism. Right? Is it? Yeah, let me put it, and I'll give you the reason for it. Okay, the idea behind my session is that, right? And Nina, yes. Sujata, yes, plagiarism, right? Okay, so Mr. X uses ideas and phrases from a very old book, very old, one that no longer has any copyright. So that doesn't have, that particular book doesn't have any copyright in its essay. Okay, it doesn't cite the information because the book isn't legally protected by copyright. Is this plagiarism or copyright violation? Of course, it is not going to fall under copyright because it doesn't have any copyright issues. Okay, so that particular book is not under copyright, legally protected with copyright. But it is plagiarism, as you all said, it is plagiarism because the idea is copied irrespective of the years. Okay, whether it is new or old, it is a plagiarization. So that particular idea has been done. What is the difference between copyright? Yes, yes, I will explain it. Okay, so the information, the idea from that particular book is taken. So the duty of this particular author, okay, who is going to use it, have to cite it. Okay, have to cite it, and then you have to put it. So that is called. If he is not doing that, then it is called plagiarism. Right. Now, what is copyright? The question is called copyright. Copyright is a legally based issues which is going to affect, okay, the publisher of the book. Okay, the publisher of the book or the owner of the particular book. Okay, it is going to be copyrighted. Okay, copyright. See, for example, whenever if you're going to publish a book, you need to get a copyright. It should be copyrighted unless and until you're not going to make it as free. Okay, the right, the author asserts over the work written. Yeah, I will explain it. Okay, it's still there are more slides to explain all this. Okay, fine. But anyway, you can put it in chat box. I will read it, and based on that, you can run. Now, plagiarism means the content. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will explain. So the content of plagiarism, the content of the words. Okay. Exactly copying it, or changing small words and putting it, okay, as if it is your own. Okay, that we call it as plagiarism. Okay, that we call it as in your word, cutting and pasting it. This it's the first level of plagiarism. Okay, cutting and pasting it, right? But if this deals with author, this deals with the author. See, I'm very clear. The plagiarism deals with the author of that particular idea, Now, copyright deals with the publisher. Now, copyright deals with the publisher. And of course, if publisher has a contract with the author, then author will be silent. Now the copyright issue will be fully taken up by the publisher of the book. Okay, so this is first part. Now this is, since that particular book is not having copyright issue, this will fall under plagiarism only. Okay, right. Now second question. Daniel writes an essay that she worked very hard on and sends it off to an academic journal after she finishes it. Imagine that you are doing this. You are doing a research and you are sending it to a journal. The journal sends her comments on the essay, including one that claims her research has already been done. Okay, already been done, and that she can't publish her work. Okay, imagine that you are doing a research and you are sending it to a journal, and the journal is sending a reply that the research is already been done and that she can't publish her work. One point. Second, because another person already has. Okay, another person already has. If she does publish it, would it fall under plagiarism or copyright violation? Okay, you can answer. Copyright, Lakshmanan Ravi. Great, sir. Copyright. Shamim, it may fall under copyright. Very good. Copyright, Lavanya, copyright. Nina, copyright. What about plagiarism? We don't fall under plagiarism. Idea, no? The idea has been borrowed. Daniel writes an essay that she worked very hard on and sends it off to an academic journal after she finishes it. The journal sends her comments on the essay, including one that claims her research has already been done. Okay, and that she can't publish her work based on author not publisher. It's a plagiarism. Okay, great. Been done. Okay, another person already has. If she does publish it, would it fall under plagiarism or copyright violation? See, the journal is rejecting. Okay, the journal is rejecting because the journal has already received the same idea. I mean, the same idea of that particular thing. The problem here is it will come under plagiarism in the first issue. It doesn't fall under copyright. While I will explain. The first part is plagiarism. The idea have to be cited. Okay, the idea has to be cited. See, Daniel is sending a paper thinking that her paper is the actual work. But the problem is she has not done her homework properly. It means that already there is a literature on this particular idea. Okay, on that particular idea. So what happens here? Now what happens here? This will fall under plagiarism because the idea is not cited by Daniel. Imagine yourself, okay? Because already the work has been done. So the problem here is Daniel has to resend the paper by giving citation to the earlier work. Okay, she may argue that she can't find that work. If she's arguing that, if Daniel is arguing that, then it is very clear that Daniel has not done her homework properly. That means she has not done her literature review properly. Okay, got the point? So the first case is plagiarism. Now, whether it comes under copyright violation. So copyright violation, when it comes, means, okay, when any of the material used in that particular issue is taken to get an income from that particular book, then it will come under copyright violation. Now the problem here is it has not at all gone to the second step. It has not at all gone to the second step. Even if it is coming, the journal is going to reject it, so it will not come under copyright violation. If it is coming under copyright violation, then actually that particular issue will be solved by the plagiarism concept as well. Okay, because citation will be done. If it is copied and paste, then the publisher will get into trouble if they are publishing that particular article. Okay, got the point? So you need to do your research, review of literature very carefully, and you need to check whether your work, your idea has been already done or not. Okay, so this is clearly plagiarism. Okay, now, yes, call. Now third one. Christina is in R&D. Now this is the problem which is going on in film industry. Okay, the thing what was happening between Ilayaraja and S.P. Balasubramanian, that particular issues. So Christina is an R&B group. R&B is event management company. Okay, like arranging concerts and all. So that often samples other artists in their work. They make a demo CD for a record company and sell copies at their concerts and on their own website. Right? That CD includes songs. Okay, listen. That CD includes songs with pieces of other artist material, but only small samples. Okay, so other artist materials has been added, but very small. They credit. Okay, they give credit to other artists in the liner notes. Is this plagiarism or copyright violation? Okay, you can put whether yes or no, plagiarism or copyright. Copyright violation, very good, Marka Bandhu, Arnagiri. Copyright violation, Arupan, copyright violation, Sujata, yes, yes, yes. Okay, so copyright violation. Yeah, this will come under copyright violation. This is the problem happening within with Ilayaraja and others. Okay, the problem here is what has happened. Earlier, he left it. Okay, see, for example, in your place, when there is a temple function or church function, we will organize orchestras. I mean, sure. Yeah. Do you get my point? In orchestras, okay. Actually, in orchestras, these kind of songs should not be sung, okay, or should not be played, right? The reason is copyright issues. So it is an investment by Ilayaraja or the producer of the or the particular film. See, only 2% can take it. I'll come to that particular who is the actual owner, whether it is Ilayaraja or the producer, right? So when any song or any music which you are going to play in orchestra in a public place, then it is 100% it is copyright violation. Okay, copyright violation. So whatever income they are going to get in that particular program should be handed over to the actual owner of that particular music. Okay, or the producer of the particular, as per the agreement between director and the producer. Okay, so here what has happened is between Ilayaraja and the producer, I'm just assuming that the contract would have not been very clear whether the ownership is between is to go with Ilayaraja or to the producer. That particular contract would have not been very clear, because of that the problem is raised. Okay, because of that the problem is raised. Now it is not that SPP can't sing in a concert. Okay, he can sing, or the singers can sing with the permission of the producer or with the permission of Ilayaraja. That is the issue going on. Okay, because the contract is not clear. If it is not clear, then you cannot use it because it will 100% become copyright violation. Right? Even though if you are going to use it, there are going to be income. Say for example, in your area, there may be hotels. Okay, there may be hotels. Imagine that the hotel owner is putting the picture of Rajinikanth, and naming the board. Okay, it assumes that Rajini has given the it assumes the ambassador. It assumes that he is the ambassador of the particular hotel. Automatically, it will be the shop will attract customers into it. Okay, so income will generate from that particular, because of the particular picture alone. So it is very clear, anything which you are going to use without any permission, then it is copyright. Okay, this will not come under plagiarism, it will come under copyright issue. Okay, because it directly deals with the income of the business. Okay, now scenario 4. Gilsil is writing an essay and decides that she needs some sources that she can't find. Okay, she is unable to find some sources because no one will get hurt if she makes up some sources and their content. She does so and uses those fictional sources. Okay, she's using some fictional sources in her essay. Is this plagiarism or copyright violation? Say, for example, I'll give you one clear picture. Like Alibaba and 40 Thieves. Okay, Alibaba and 40 Thieves. In olden day we used to read it. Right? The 40 thieves will go before a cave, and they will tell some mantram. Right, the cave will open, and they will all go inside, and then the cave will close it. And when they want to come out, they will again tell some mantram, it will come out. Okay, so it's like fictional. It's like fictional imagination story, Arabian Nights. Right now, when you are going to use this particular idea, will it fall under plagiarism category or copyright violation? Can answer? whether it's plagiarism, copyright, plagiarism, Gita, Margabandhu, copyright violation. It's a fictional one, no? It's an imagination. Copy because it was already published or released. Okay, plagiarism, Amitabh, that means Shamim and PK, plagiarism. Okay, right. See this particular example stories, right? It's an idea. It's a fictional story. Yeah, plagiarism. Yeah. Of course, it is plagiarism. Yeah, but it is. You're right. It is plagiarism. I'll explain you why. Right. See, in Arabian Nights, in very old movies, in black and white movies, we used to see, a heroine will run to a Mandravati and she will be asking for her husband. The Mandravati will take some, mud and he will throw at some mirror, and automatically in that mirror, the heroine will see the hero roaming somewhere. Okay, so it will it will be very clearly shown in that particular mirror. It's an idea, right? Now it is real. Now it is real, right? Now Google takes you inside a hotel. Okay, when you search Google, you can locate Google location. Now you are focused very clearly. So wherever you go, Google follows, right? Now it is real. At that time it is fictional. Now it is a reality. Okay, you can also sue now Google for taking the idea from those movies as well, right? This is plagiarism, right? Any fictional. So if that particular idea is registered in your name, then you are going to become a owner. So first part is plagiarism. Now you can go for copyright violation as well, because when you publish it, okay, if you are not going to get an income from it, but someone else is publishing it, and if he is getting income from that particular article or that particular idea, then automatically he has the responsibility to compensate you. This is what has happened with India. Okay, the idea has been taken, and they have made it as a movie, and they have released it, and the income is now have to be shared. I don't know what the judgment is going to give it based on the. I think it's there in judgment. The court. Okay, fine. So this is the case, right? So it will fall under copyright violation. All James Bond movies. What if we are taking ideas from YouTube videos, which is not? Yes, sir. I will come to that point. Yeah. So these are the issues, right? ATM. Okay, the first thing from this particular idea, ATM, when you go inside, it asks for password. Like 40 thieves getting inside, they will use some mandram and then they get inside, right? So now we use ATM password to get in the ATM machine. Now, of course, it's not at all working, so we open the door and go, right? So the concept, the idea has been stolen, and that particular owner. So anybody, the actual owner, recording is separate system. We will send YouTube link. Okay, so all these are issues. Okay, so this idea, if you're not borrowing it properly, then again there is a trouble. So when you're going to citing it, you need to cite it properly that you have borrowed this idea from Arabian Nights, right? The stories of Arabian Nights, right? So it will fall under plagiarism and copyright violation as well. If that particular book or if that particular book has a publisher, then it will fall under copyright violation, because it's a huge. There are many things. James Bond movies are taken from those fictional stories, right? Because you will have earlier when I was a kid, I see James Bond using his watch to fire, or he will use it for speaking. Now Apple is doing it. Okay, all these are fictional. Now those ideas are now in a reality. Okay. Now is a practical example for you as researchers, right? After a manuscript was accepted, an author passed away before they could complete the conflict of interest statement. Okay, I'll skip this part because the same thing which I got in. You should be aware of conflict of interest statement. So who are all going to publish it in journal? Okay, but of course they might have explained you yesterday. Conflict of interest statement and copyright transfer documents. Okay, you should be very clear about this particular issue. So if there are authors, if there are four authors, then you have to mention very clearly then what the first author is going to do, second author, third author, fourth author is going to do. Okay, because here the problem of authorship will rise. Apart from plagiarism and copyright issues, the authorship will also rise here. Who is the actual author? Who will take the pride of that particular article? So that will be a problem. So I don't want to discuss more on it because already you might have discussed yesterday, right? Right. So conflict of interest is very clear, right? Right. Now you have published a paper in conference proceedings, and already transferred your copyright to the publisher or the organizer of the conference. Imagine the Sendil Kumara College, if you have submitted, you are already transferred it to Sendil Kumara College. You are told that you can still resubmit the paper to a journal outlet. Okay, so Sendil Kumara College is telling you that you can still publish it somewhere else. Okay, until your authorship retains with the author, right? Furthermore, conference proceedings paper is not a journal publication, and therefore I can still transform the paper as a journal paper. Can I do this? I mean, can you do this? That with or without modification in the paper? Okay, can you do this? An article which is published in conference, can you publish it in the journal? Yes or no? Because you are the author? No, sir. Gita, no. No. Tall Louis, no. No. Right. How many of you have the habit of taking photocopy? Why not? Shamim Kamal, why not? Yes, yeah, I'm asking you, why not? No. Pallavi, yes. Right, yeah, I mean, you can publish, right? You can publish. So everybody accept that you can publish the conference paper. Okay, yes, Sujata, yes. Okay, right. How many have the habit of taking photocopy of your class notes from a book? Any? One, two, in raise stand. Okay, Tena, David, and anyone else? Okay. Shanta Kumar raised and Jayanti. Okay, myself, yes, yes, yes. You are no. Now I'll tell you that you are stealing. Okay, I'm telling that now you're all stealing. Stop that. Okay, but of course now the government of India is given us the permission. Huh? Actually, it's a stealing. Right? You have no right. You have no right to take a photocopy of a book. Okay. Say for example, if you have a book, it is copyrighted. Okay, it's a book. It is copyrighted. Okay, it is copyrighted, which means that only this publisher has a right to sell it, right? So you don't have a permission. To take photocopy. Actually, Xerox. The name is Xerox, but the actual word is photocopy. Okay, you don't have the right. Even the contributor of this particular chapter may be an author. Imagine that you are the author. You have written it. See, I'm very clear. You are the author. You have written that book, but publisher is different. Okay. Now, even you don't have the right to take photocopy or to use that particular material for your class. Okay, got the point? If you are using it, then authorship issue will start. Okay, authorship issue will start. You are the author, but the problem is the publisher would have not given you the authorship, the permission in order to use it for your sake itself. Okay, then it will be a great problem. If you're going to use it, then you fall under copyright violation category. Okay, but thank God that because our research in India is in budding stage, our government of India has given us permission to take photocopy. There was an issue. Okay, but 2 years back there was an issue, but government of India has relaxed that, and they told that for academic purpose, you can take a photocopy of a book. Okay, are you clear? So if you have that habit, you skip it. Don't take photocopy of any book, right? For research purpose, you can read it. Okay, you can read it, And of course, don't sell it. Even if you're using it for research papers, you can use it and you can keep it for yourself. You have no right to, circulate it to others. Okay, so it is very good because it is a problem of plagiarism, authorship, and copyright, right? So these are some scenarios. Scanned digital copy, yes, you can't do that. You can't do that, Mark sir, you can't do that. So even scanned copy, you cannot circulate. You cannot circulate, right? It will fall under copyright violation, authorship, and plagiarism, all three. Okay, right. So based on the observation, plagiarism, it is literally bothered on common knowledge, originality of work, whether it is one work or others work, whether you are the author or another person is author, and the borrowing of the idea. So all these put together forms plagiarism. Okay, common knowledge, right? Say for example, when you are talking about Radha Krishna's birthday, okay, it's September 5, right? So Radha Krishna's birthday, when you're writing an article about it, if you're going to cite it in India, then it is not a common knowledge in India, because 90% of the academicians and the persons who are going to read your paper will know that September 5 is Teachers' Day because of Radha Krishna's birthday, right? But if this particular is read in a place in America, like for example Brazil or in Japan, then you need to cite that paper from where you have taken that particular source. Okay, the source should be cited. That's in so also Government of India website. I have taken this, right? Because a person in America will not be knowing who is Dr. Radhakrishna. A Japanese will not know who is Radhakrishna. Okay, so for them, in order to be, very clear about the source, you need to give source. Okay, or else it will become improper citation. Okay, improper source. Okay, so plagiarism deals with all these points, 5 points: common knowledge, originality of work, own work, nature of work, author, and borrowing methods. Okay, fine. Now, summarizing, paraphrasing, and quoting. I'll take 30 seconds for each one. Summarizing is nothing but the referencing the original source. Longer paragraphs will become shorter. You should use your own words. That is called summarizing. Now, paraphrasing. You should refer the original source. The text produced can be shorter or can be longer than the original text. Idea should remain the same, but the writing can be different. Okay, the idea of the paragraph should be same, and the other thing can be common. So this is paraphrasing. Quoting, using the same words within quotation, that is called quoting. So summarizing, paraphrasing, quoting becomes a very vital part in academic writing. Right, right. Now let me take you to an example, right? How to cite your papers. Okay, so there we are now. We'll see one by one. There are many things which we do. So this passage is from a book. Okay, this passage is from a book. And the page 248, you can see the author of this book is Ashley Montagu. The name of the book is American Way of Life. Okay, American Way of Life. Now this is the paragraph of that particular book. Now I'll show you some citation methods. So before making a demo, I'll tell you some methods of citing. Of course, you should be knowing. I'll give you some. I will just open your eyes on these aspects as well, right? So we call in-text citations. Okay, we call that as in-text citation. So you have method, citing at the beginning of paragraph, and citing by using quotations. You will be citing and you will also quote, okay, some words. You will quote, at sometimes you will cite, and a paragraph will be there, and at the last end of the paragraph you will have a citation, so that is cite at the end. And if two authors are there with the same name, how you will be citing it. Okay, and the seventh one is citing in the title. Okay, journal heading will be, the research web title will be there, and the author will be written the text level. So how you need to cite there. And next one is citing in the reference. So there are three types of citing. One is citing in the text itself. Second one is citing in the title of a paper. Third one is citing in the reference level. Okay, so these three are citations. Okay. Now these are one example. Citing at the beginning. So Montego, this is used APA style. See, Montego, the year should be in bracket, and the idea follows. This is citing in the beginning. Okay, I'll make it a little bit faster because I will give you more part on practical work. Okay, so this is citing in the beginning. Now this is quoting. See here, there you can see quotation mark. In his book, these are all proper citation method. Only when you use like this, you will not get plagiarism. Okay, you will not be highlighted as plagiarism. Even that I will show you. So here you can see the quotation mark. Okay, quotation, the trained inability of any human, and then you are closing your quotation here, and then page number comes. This is quoting. Okay, quoting your source. Now the next method is cite and quoting. So according to Montego, the year is in bracket 2000. Now there is a quotation mark and there is page number. So 3 points are there on cite and quote. The next one is quote and then cite. So the paragraph itself starts with the quotation. Writes, who writes that? Montego writes. Okay, so Montego, and then 2000 comes, the year comes. This is quote and citing. This is another way. So before writing, you need to know all these things. Okay, so that's why I'm giving you some introduction briefing about that particular part. Now this is citing at the end. You can see that Montego, 2000, P is page number. That is page 248. Okay, so P. So citing it at the end of the paragraph. So all these are types. Now, if same author, the name of two authors are same, like Montego, Ashley Montego and B Montego. Okay, so there are similar names. So if it is so, you need to use and. So A Montego 2000 and B Montego 2000. Okay, so these are with same surname. And in the heading, okay, so title of the paper, below that, Kishore Kulothungan. My father's name is Kulothungan. So I have added my name and Kulothungan, and then the name of the institute. Okay, it is very important. So Sendil Kumar, your author name, Sendil Kumara College, and that will end. Okay, so the name of the institution is a must. Okay, when you're going to publish an article, the name of the institution is must. Your name and the name of the institution, and the official email ID of the institute as well. It should bear the name of a college as well, right? So citation in reference. See, in reference, my name is not there. My father's name is there. This is APA style. The APA style. So Kulothungan, K. My word Kishore is now with K. In 2018 is in bracket, and other things follows. This is APA style. So these are all citation formats. Okay. Before looking into writing, how to write a plagiarism part, you need to know this is basics. Okay. These are all basics. Now we will do paraphrasing one. Before that, I will give you some meaning why you need to paraphrase and how it should be. Okay, see one example. After adding the solution, this is one particular paragraph and how you can paraphrase it. Okay, that we will see. After adding the solution, the mixture in the test tube went a bright scarlet red, which we did not expect. As this was not the same as the washed out pink color was supposed. See, all these are thing of a paragraph. Okay, all these are thing of paragraph. Now this paragraph should be rewritten. This is what we are going to see now. Practically, I'll give you demo. Okay, but this is the theory part. I'll just show you, and then I'll take you to the demonstration. Right. So how this particular paragraph can be taken and rewritten. Okay. So this is a paragraph. You need to rewrite it. If you copy and paste it, 100% it is plagiarism. Now you can rewrite it. The same idea can be rewritten. Now you can see there are two things which is there. So first paragraph and second paragraph. So first paragraph tells what is that particular paragraph about. Okay. See, I'll just explain. First, when you're going to write it, you need to concentrate more on that particular paragraph and grasp the idea of that particular paragraph. So this writing is too subjective. I am talking about that particular paragraph. Okay. So this writing is too subjective. Like for example, bright scarlet red. that doesn't mean not needed. Okay, that particular word is not needed, right? It's correct, right? And inaccurate, left it for a while. So in that particular, we have a word, a sentence like left it for a while. It also mixes results and interpretation, in which method instead of simply describing the process. The overall style is too personal. So that particular paragraph is little bit not in the academic writing. Okay, not in the academic sense. Okay, so a better version. So a rewritten paragraph. Okay, can be after adding the solution. The test tube was inverted and shaken 3 times. It was then left in the test tube stand for 10 minutes for the reaction to occur. The color of the mixture was then compared to the scale in the book. So that's it. So that entire paragraph, so this particular paragraph is rewritten, paraphrased. Okay, it is paraphrased, right? In this way, right? Right. So this is the way you need to write it. Okay, I'm just giving you only the the part, how you need to read that particular paragraph, right? This is second one. If it would have been offline workshop, we would have done this practically. You might have done this practically. So here you can see the results of the aforementioned experiment. This is another paragraph. Anyway, I'll share this slide. You can slowly look at it. Okay, now I'm just straight away going to the techniques of paraphrasing, right? So the paragraph. Paraphrasing means changing the wording of a text so that it is significantly different from the original source. So paraphrasing nothing but the idea should remain the same, but the entire work should be, the writing itself should be different. Okay. Effective paraphrasing is a key academic skill needed to avoid the risk of plagiarism. So you need to practice it again and again. Of course, now there is a tool, wonderful tool. The next one is it demonstrate your understanding of a source. Okay, so this is the idea where an academic writer or a researcher should follow. Okay, so the reading habit should develop. Okay, you should grasp the idea of that particular paragraph. When you do that, then automatically you can reread many times a single paragraph. Okay, fine. I'll demonstrate, and after that you can ask me doubts now. So there are 3 techniques. This is like concept how to use a calculator. That's it. The A, changing vocabulary by using synonyms. Okay, so paraphrasing first technique is changing vocabulary by using synonyms. Say for example, argue. Argue, a word argue can be rewritten as claim. 18th century can be rewritten as 1700. Wages can be rewritten as labor cost. Economize can be rewritten as saving. So the first technique is to change the vocabulary of that particular word. Okay, synonym. So do not attempt to paraphrase every word. So don't change every word in that particular paragraph. Okay. Second one is changing word class. See, explanation is a noun. Explanation is a noun. You can rewrite it as explain. You can make it as a verb. Mechanical is an adjective. You can change it into verb. Okay. Profitable is an adjective. You can make it into profitability. So changing word class. So first one is changing the vocabulary. Second one is changing the word class. And the third one is changing the word order. So in the beginning, there will be some order. You can take that particular word and put it in the end. Okay. Or some words may be in middle. You can bring it to front. Okay. So changing the word order can also be written. So these are 3 techniques of paraphrase. Okay. So now I'll show you demo. And I think we have time to discuss. So I'll give you a demo. Now you can ask me questions during my demo, right? So I am official resource person for V.H.N.S.N.C., the plagiarism detecting software, and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so this is the original database. Okay, so these are all the articles which is uploaded. Can you see the screen? It is very small. Can you put yes or no? Can you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Yeah. And see, this is the V.H.N.S.N.C., the original database of plagiarism finding site, okay, portal. Now you can see here 100%, 98%, 50%. These are all articles submitted. Okay, so this 100% is similarity. Okay, so it is 100% plagiarized. 98% plagiarized. Now this is 50%. I am going to open this for your sake. Okay, so 50% opening it. You need to be aware. So little bit shocking. This will be little bit shocking because what is carried out in institutes in Tamil Nadu and universities are little bit worrisome. I'll tell you now a clear picture, and those who are very eager to follow it and put it in your universities, you can. Okay, because the way you should run the similarity test. See, now you can see this paper shows 50%. Okay, and I have opened that paper, the similarity report, and the similarity report is this. So analysis overview, and it tells that I'm just view the entire content. I'm taking it to view the entire content. Okay, now it is entire content. It shows that 49% similarity. So 1% is there. No, so 1%, the 50%. 49, it will show 1% less. So 49% when you open the. Now these highlighted portions are plagiarized one. Okay, listen very carefully. Maybe you might be PhD scholars. Those who submitted your thesis are going to submit your thesis. So this problem will arise. So if you are a supervisor, make sure that how they should run, how the university should run, or how the university should run the plagiarism test. If not, the scholar or the teacher will be penalized. Okay, it is you need to be very careful, right? See, this 49% includes this 49% includes the tables as well. See, these are all tables. Okay, these are all tables. I'll show you the actual paper. I'm opening the paper now. Okay, so these are tables. So demography variables. Okay, so this is what this shows. Okay, demographic. So frequencies. Okay, so this is highlighted as plagiarist one. Okay, so it's a result. Here it's a result. It's a result. Okay, you cannot change this, right? It's a result. Okay, so these are all numbers. Okay, these are all numbers. So as a researcher, when you're submitting a PhD thesis, it will show all these things as plagiarized one. Okay, and it will show it is 14% it is plagiarized. The actual way of running the similarity check is it should be run by the supervisor. Okay, the PhD supervisor. Okay, so PhD supervisor, because PhD supervisor is going to give a certificate, is going to declare that it is original work and it is not plagiarized. I'm very clear that you will be signing. If you are a supervisor, you are signing it. Okay, so this particular tool should be run by the supervisor. Okay, and the next level is the university. So you will be submitting to the university that your work is you are not plagiarized one. Okay, now university will have a system where they need to check it. Okay, if any report comes, okay, they don't have a duty to check it. Okay, but if any issues rises, then university come into picture in order to test whether it is plagiarized or not. And if it found that it is plagiarized, then they will cancel. Okay, but as of now, you forget that particular, because no university in Tamil Nadu is following that, or in all India is following that. Okay, but in Premier Institute they follow, in Pondicherry University they follow. Okay, I think only supervisors are running. In other central university they follow this, right? Now see, now the supervisor, what he will do after submitting to plagiarism. Okay, the supervisor responsibility to go through one by one. Okay, now you can see, now this is of course, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that this part I'm going to deduct. So these are all, let us accept that these are all plagiarized one. But how can we accept that this is plagiarized one? So it is a word, it is a repeated word, it is a repeated word, n of item 0.842, all these are numbers. Okay, all these are numbers, these are results of analysis. Now the responsibility of the supervisor is to click this part. Okay, now it is included in analysis. So what the professor or the supervisor need to cancel this. Okay, And so this is also number. So I'm clicking this. As a supervisor, I have to take minimum 3 to 4 days very carefully. See, these are all tables. Of course, it is not copy table. Okay, it is not copy table. I'm very clear. Huh? It is not copied. So I'm removing all those things. This is also table. Okay, removing it. This is also table. Removing it. This is also table. Removing it. Okay, now you can look. Now it has come down to 30%. Okay, now going back again. So many university tells that it should be below 15%. So I'm thinking it as of, if you ask me how much plagiarism should be, I should tell it should be 0%. Okay, because you cannot argue that you can put mark because I copied only 10%. Not correct, right? Okay, so it should be 0% plagiarized one. These are references. So these are references. You cannot argue that you should include it. Okay, so these are all page. I mean references. I'm deleting all this. Okay, I'm not including in the report. Okay, right. So these are references. Okay, you can only, it's a API style means you will be giving it only in API style. Hello, are you there? Or I myself are talking. Okay, now I will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We are listening, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Okay. Now you can see it is 12%, right? So the duty of the supervisor is to look at it and you should remove it and then you need to submit. This is one part. But as of now, I have told this to, I have been called for many universities and in universities also I have expanded. Well, now in the early stage, because it is in the preliminary stage, now this particular access is not given to supervisors. That was I have understood, and because of the cost matters. Okay, the cost matters. Now the responsibility now, as if you are a supervisor, if your university gives you the report, it is your duty to check the report. Okay, it is your duty to check the report and you should see the highlighted part. So let me download this paper now. See this, I have made it in 12%. I'm downloading the paper. After downloading into a PDF file, now you can see very clearly. Okay, now you can see which part. Okay, now almost. Okay, now almost everything is deleted. Okay, now everything is dead. So these are here shows now 12%. Now here you can see some matching words. So 2 out of 16. So these words are matching. Even you can argue with your university or the actual signer of your report that sir delete all this part. Okay, you have the right. You have the right to tell them that delete all this thing and then give us the report. Okay, so I hope that this awareness will be of use for you now hereafter. Okay, so this is the part of plagiarism. Shall we go to the next part? Writing the thesis, writing part. Are you okay with this? Sure, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now this is plagiarism part. Now let me take you to the part. Okay, the actual writing part. Right.
Sir, some clarifications can you clear now or later? Sir?
Yes, 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 sir. Yeah, you can ask now.
Okay. See, during the running of this Orcon software and thing, so every time we need to filter it out and give filtration, or we can give the settings in the during the filtration where the software will take care of the references, other things, or it is a manual one. So what you have done is you have removed, right? You have just that unselected.
Yeah.
We need to do like that, or what is the mechanism?
Yeah, yeah. See, only one thing you can remove, one command you can give. That is the detailed text differences. See here, findings and the sources. Right here, when you make it as on, okay, when you make it as on or no, the entire references will come into picture. Okay, there is by default you can remove it. Don't include sources. But what this particular original does know, it will run the entire document. It will run the entire document because we are facing some frauds as well. We are facing some fraudulent practices in this particular running part. Okay, say for example, what a student does know, he will put a quotation mark in the beginning of the page. Say for example, page 1, and he will put another quotation in the last one, say about 200th page. Okay, he will put a quotation and he will submit. Now now as the machine is concerned, no, similar the portal is concerned, it will not take that into picture, right? So anything within quotation, it will treat it as quotation. So what it will do, it will tell that it is 0% plagiarism. Okay, 0%. So no, copied work. So like these cases are there. So automatically by default, this particular website will run the entire thing. Okay, so the entire document will be run. Based on that, it is the responsibility of the author to check it. See, this is finding. If you want to include quotes, you can on it. If you want to include brackets, you can on it. If you want to see the detailed text, you can on it. Okay, so these are all things which you can give as a command to the site. The portal. So there are sources. You want to include school. What are the things? The copied work. The similarity is from. So this is from website. This is from school assignment, and this is from journal. So J means journal. This is from website. So that command you can give it. Okay, that command you can give. And this is view of entire document. So as of now, I am deleting. I am not going to include the quotes, brackets, and detailed text sequences. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it is better that to run the whole document in order to find if there is any malpractices in that particular paper. There are different types of malpractice. One is within quotation. Some will add some symbols. Okay, some will add some symbols in between words. Okay, even that the Ukun will highlight. I'll show you this particular paper. See here. So the one exclamatory symbol is no. Here you can see. If this symbol is there, then that particular paper has something fishy. Okay, some malpractice is done on that particular paper. So let me open it. See, I don't have the right to look at who has done. So let me, without opening, I'm explaining. Okay, so this particular symbol, if it comes, then the author has made some malpractice in that particular paper. So now it is the duty of the runner to check it very carefully, right? So all these things are necessary. Okay, you should be aware of all these things, right?
Yeah. And one more question, like in the paraphrasing, we are rearranging the sentence or the verb, noun, and all we have learned now.
Yeah.
So in that, words also we need to be very careful, right? Some similar words, repetition should not be there, or we need to take care of changing the synonyms, relevant words, correct?
Yeah, that part we'll look now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that part we are going to do. Okay. Now let me demonstrate the actual review of literature, what we do. Is there any this soul level we need? Yes, let me check that the question. Is there any this soul level we need to give before running the document? No, nothing. Share the web page, checking page in whole document. Okay. Yeah, so nothing like that, ma'am. You need to run it. Okay, yeah. So let me take you to the actual part of writing. Hey, this is Google Scholar. Just see, there are some papers. I'm going to open some papers. So this paper. So actual review of literature that we are going to do now. Okay. So what we do, I'm going to do now. So the relationship between job training and the job study, review of literature. Examining the relationship of training on job study and organization effective. So let me open this. I'll be very slow from now. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is the manuscript. So we open the PDF file of it. Yeah, that's a very important question which you asked. Who is that? Lavanya, that's a very fantastic question. There are many softwares to check plagiarism. Will running a paper on thesis through different software yield different? Of course, don't do that. Don't do that. For heaven's sake, okay, don't run your thesis in any of the free websites, okay, because it will go into the database of that particular software. If you are submitting it to university, then the university will tell that your work is plagiarized, and it will become very hard for you to prove that it is your paper. So don't do that. Anyway, we'll talk about it. Anyway, we'll talk about it. So don't do that. Don't test. I know that you will be very anxious after preparing your paper. Okay, after preparing you will be very anxious, and you will be running it in all the available free softwares. It means that anytime you run, then it is under the uh, I mean in the database. Okay, right. So assume that now this is a paper. Okay, now you are writing a paper. For that, what you will do, actually you will go to conclusion part to know the findings of that paper. Okay, so that I am doing it now. So that I'm going to take it for literature review. So conclusion. The outcomes of this study suggest that training commitment, training needs assessment, training contents and delivery approaches, and training evaluation affect an employee's work commitment, job satisfaction, and performance in an organization. So this is the finding of first study. Okay, so what we do, we copy it and we paste it. Okay, this is what we do. Am I right? Okay. So I'm making it bigger in order to. So this is what we do. We cut and we paste it. Okay. So when you cut and paste, automatically it becomes plagiarism. So let me do it with one more paper. Let me open the importance of job training and to job. Imagine that it's a review of literature on job satisfaction. Let me put title also. Review of literature on job satisfaction. Okay. Right. So this is one review. So I'm going to another paper. Importance of job training. Okay. So this paper, I hope you all know this. So copying this part will not open. So you need to take it to another site, paste it here, and you can open this paper. If that paper is not opening, then you can open like this. So this is another way. So okay, now this conclusion, you can see the findings of this paper. So okay, the results of the analysis should be interpreted with caution. The results of the study all suggest a role for public policy. So this is another finding. So let me take some bigger one. So this study of workers born in 1964 early found that job satisfaction was greater among those is also increased percent. So this is the finding. Okay, I'm putting it now here. Okay, so this is one literature and this is one literature. So the study of workers born in 1960 yearly found that job satisfaction was greater among respondents whose organization provided training opportunity. So this is any organization, if they are providing training opportunity for older workers, then okay, then there is a improvement in job satisfaction. Earlier found that job satisfaction. So this literature tells that the outcome of this study suggests that training, commitment, training assessment, training and delivery and training evaluation affect employees' work commitment, job satisfaction. Okay, so it affects and job satisfaction, which all this. Okay, evaluation. So this is the finding. Okay. Now we have done cut and paste one. So 100% it is plagiarized one. So how to rewrite it? Okay, how to rewrite it? So this is a tool. Okay, it is in Word. You can see Quillbot. Okay, it is a tool where you can. It's a legal tool. It is not a pirated one. It's a legal tool. For me, it is licensed version. It's a licensed version, full board. So what am I going to do now is I'm going to rewrite this sentence. So I'm going to copy this first one now, and I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to paste it in this tool. Now you have an option here called standard, fluency, formal, simple, creative, expand, shorten, and shorten. Okay. So the level of synonym should be changed. So sir was asking, whether I need to change the word of it. No. So that one. So the level. This is more accurate with fewer synonyms change. More changes will less accurate. Okay. So these are all command. So what I'm going to do is let me expand this particular paragraph. So I'm going to expand. Okay, now it should become, more red should be here. So when you're going to rewrite it, more red should be here. So it's here black, no? So more red should come here, right? Now the findings of this study reveal that. So the techniques, three techniques, what is it? No, changing the vocabulary, changing the nature of the word, and then the word order. So all this now the tool is doing it. It's a legal tool. Okay, you can use it. So finding out reveal that an employee's work commitment. Now you can read it. You can click that word, and you can choose another word if you want to. Okay, so work commitment, work focus. So I'm putting it work focus, job study, and performance. So let me put the quality of work, level of performance of the organization. Okay, by training, commitment, training needs. So I'm copying it now, and pasting it here. Okay. Now this paragraph is now rewritten. Okay, but the meaning has not changed. The finding of this reveal that the employees forget. Now I need to cite it. Okay, now I need to cite it. So see how I'm going to cite it. So there are different types. You can go to references. See here, it's a normal word. It's a normal word updated, the latest version of Word where you can download it. If not, you can pay it and you can collect it. See, references. I'm going to references. I'm going to cite this particular article. So now you can see I'm going to use APA style. So any study which is related to behavior or psychology, you can use APA style. So I'm going to use APA style. Okay, referencing, and I'm going to cite it. So insert citation. Let's see, insert citation. Add news source. Add news. It is a journal article. Okay. So name of the author. So this is the first one, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I think this one. Okay, the author. Examine is a title. Copying it. Title of the paper. I'm pasting it. Okay. Now author. So there are Vasudevan is the author. Journal name. International Business University of. I think there is different. International Journal of Management and Research. See, International Journal of Management and Research. This is the journal name. Okay, here it is 2014. 2014. Okay, now pages. Can the pages from 185 to 202? 185 to 202. Publisher. Who is the publisher? IAU is the publisher. Okay. The publisher. Okay, fine. And you can have digital object identifier. If you have digital object identifier, you can use it. Okay. So for this particular paper, the digital object identifier is this one, which we claimed. I think this one. No, yes. The digital object identifier. I can't find this. You can copy this. You can put it. Okay, or else URL anything. So I'm going to volume. Yes, it is there. Volume. I mean, volume 4, issue 3. Volume 4, issue 3. Okay, now I'm going to click OK. Now, this is the one. So I am citing it at the end of the paper. So Vasudevan comes at the end. So this is the paragraph, which is it's a literature and the result of Vasudevan. Okay, Vasudevan. Now I'm going to rewrite this one. So first one I have used expand. Now let me use creativity. Okay, creativity. Anything you can use it. Okay, it is based on, now you can use it very nicely when you become expert in this. Okay, so this study of workers born in 1984. It tells according to the findings. Okay, let me use another one, creative. Let me use creative. Okay, a recent researcher workers born in Indian or earlier indicate. Okay, now I'll copy this and then I'm putting it here. Okay, right. Now a recent research works born in 1984, right? So the author, factor, no, I think we see author. I think this one, am I right? I'm using this one, right? Okay, so you have the importance of job training. So let me introduce, I mean, put citation. So insert citation, add news source. It's a journal article. So this is the title of the paper. Author. So you have 3 authors. So there is a procedure in order to add authors. Control C. First author. Okay. See, if it is 2 author, you can see here there is a. Or you have a clue. You know how to use the words. So comma and then semicolon. And the second one, Eric Brooker, sorry. Okay, I'm pasting it. So again, comma and I'm leaving it. Assume that this is, there are 2 authors of this paper. Okay. Now journal name is Journal of Aging and Social Policy. Okay, year year 2012, published 2012. Okay, 2012 pages, volume 24, pages 62 to 76. Okay, pages 62 to 76. 62 to 76. You can click this other options because digital volume is there. Volume 24, issue 1. Volume 24, issue 1. And there is digital object identifier, DOI. So let me copy this and paste it. Okay, fine, okay. So this is a way of writing a literature part. So 2 literatures also, let me delete it. So I have rewritten these 2 paragraphs. Okay, right. Now after writing this, you can insert the bibliography. Okay, see, we have used APA style, right? So references should be based on the APA style. So click APA and you can see references here. If I click references, now automatically it will come here. Okay, you can see these references. So as funny, even if you are writing more than 100 and 150, automatically it will be pasted here. Okay, so it is your duty. It is a properly, you have to write it. Okay, properly you have to write it and you have to cite it. So based on that you can write. See, sometimes, you know, in the beginning of the paragraph you may be using. So according to Karen, see the same thing, and I'm going to put it in the beginning. According to Karen and Eric. Okay? Karen and Eric, in bracket, I need to put 2012. This is a proper. According to Karen Eric, a recent research of workers born in 1964. Okay, right? So you need to write it. So you need to insert that citation part here. Okay, insert a citation part here, and then you need to carry on. So when you do this, automatically automatically you will be using a proper way of writing. Okay, proper way of writing. See, we go wrong here. Okay, we go wrong here. So we think that, see, actually, what the researchers, those who bring, those who are submitting the papers, no, they argue that. I'll tell you what problems also you may be facing. Okay, right. See, one example. I'll open one paper. So this paper. Okay. Usually the researchers, what they do, they think that they copy this particular paragraph, copy it. Copy it and paste it like this. Yeah, I'm making it bigger. So, and paste it like this and tell that you have cited, and you argue that it is not plagiarized. See, the problem is citation, correct? The problem is citation, because you argue that it is cited. See, you have cited your author, you have cited your author, and they argue that it is not plagiarized one. Okay, but the problem here is you should be aware now that the entire way of writing itself is wrong. Okay, entire writing itself is wrong. So this is absolute 100% copy, because these are all words of not this fellow or not this fellow. These are all the words of this fellow. Okay, these are all the words of this Karen Liepel and Eric Brecker. Okay, so you are copying the words which they have mentioned from other authors. You are copying it and you are putting it that as it is, as if it is your words. Okay, and you argue that these are all citations which is done by them, and I also cited that. So this is entirely mistake. Okay, it is entirely problem. So the actual plagiarism is this one. Okay, this is the actual plagiarism one. And when you rewrite it, this is the way you need to rewrite it. Okay, now you have a very good tool, that is Quillcode is here. You can, it is a, now what I am using is a premium version. It is a paid version, right? And it is premium. They have given it for me to access freely. But if you need to do that, you need to pay. I think it is not very costly. I don't know the actual amount. I think it is $6, 600 or something like that. Okay, per month. Okay, when you're going to submit your thesis or when you're going to write articles for journals, you can write it and send it. Okay, you can use this tool. It is a legal software. It is a legal software. It's not a pirated one, or it is not an illegal one. See, you can see it in the Word itself. Okay, so this is Word. In Word itself, you can have a add-in. Okay, add-in called Quillcode. Okay, even in directly you can, but this is one who are well versed in Quillcode can use in Word directly. Okay, so they can cut. I'll show you. Okay, they can straight away copy this, or they can upload the document, and they can put it here. I'm pasting it in the Word. Okay, now, okay, I made it. I pasted this in the Word itself. Okay, directly Word, and I'm going to click, and what I'm going to use Creative One. Now it is paraphrasing. And I'm going to, it is already paraphrased now, so I'm going to insert. So automatically now this comes here. Okay, so this paraphrased one, it comes into the Word directly to the document. Okay, and finally what you can do is, after finishing your work, you can go for okay, you have option here to download the citations as well. Okay, okay, so this you can bring it. You have you have the phrases as well here. Okay, the option. Okay, the option to bring down the references. Okay, from this you can automatically bring it. And you have one more thing. You might have heard about Mendeley. Even Mendeley, you, you can use it for APA style or MA style. That is a database where the references will be taken to the next part. Okay, the next part. Okay, fine. If you have any doubts, you can ask now. I can also demonstrate if I have left something else, you can ask now. So I'll give time now to discuss. Whether
Sir,
this
one
is
doubt actually. So I am publishing. I was supposed to publish 2 articles during my tenure in PhD. I have published one article. From that, the final thesis, I need to. I mean, I need to do copy, not copy my own article. I'm taking some of the inference and put it in my final research paper. So how to take it? Take this? This is a plagiarism. We cannot say it's a plagiarism, right? It's my own
yeah, yeah. You can take it. So you can take your own article for your.
final submission.
Publication. Yeah, for your publication, and you can mention that it is your paper. You can
But
do
the plagiarism tool, I mean, it will not know, right? It will whether
it.
we filter we have to put.
Yeah, you need to tell them. You need to tell them. You need to justify that it is your paper. It is allowed. You can use
Right.
it. It
Right.
will not come under self plagiarism as well. Now they have relaxed everything because your paper might be needed. Okay, that particular idea may be needed for that paper plenty of times. Okay,
Yes.
you can use it. Even that particular self plagiarism will not affect this particular issue. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
other in question, Professor, instead we can use Mendeley site directly. See, Mendeley is not a writing tool. Okay, it is a database where you can store your articles. Okay, you can store your articles, and you can take the citation into APF format or MLA format or Harvard format. Any format you can download it. Okay, but the problem is if you start writing it, you need a tool to write it. Okay, so Mendeley you can write it, and you can insert the citation, but I don't think that there is a paraphrasing tool in Mendeley because Mendeley I am using it only for databases. Lakshman Ravi, am I right?
Yes, Professor. No, I just mentioned about only citing.
Yeah, yeah,
Citing instead of typing individually, we can directly use Mendeley.
yeah.
That will be
Okay.
faster if we have some 50, 60 literatures to be,
Yeah.
reviewed and then quoted. I also want to know about the cross-reference, Professor. I'm not
Yeah.
very clear about cross-reference.
Crawford, you need the tool, cross
No,
referencing.
no. How do we how do we cite the cross-references?
Yeah, again and again, no, but that's what you mean, right? So again, so once you reference the same thing you want to reference again, correct, in the same article or the same paper.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you
Yes.
can do that. You can do that. You can, that's what I tell no for Markabandhu sir, no, the same thing. Even in a paper, if that particular idea needs to be answered, or even that particular idea should be again and again told, you can do it again and again. Okay, say for example a gravitational pull, or under job satisfaction, in your research you have found that even if you want to do that in the first part, in the first paragraph you can do it, again in second paragraph, again in next paragraph you can do that. Okay, the problem here is the flow of the paper should not get affected with your cross references, right?
Okay, Professor. Thank you.
And there is one more mistake where I will come. I can attend all the questions now. So one more issue. What we are doing is that I'll just show you by sharing my screen. There are end note and footnote and all. Those things should not be used. I'll share my screen. Okay, those are all old type of citations where now if you write like that, journals will reject your paper, right? See, say for example, this is review of literature heading. You want to mention your name here, then you can insert. I'm sorry. Then what you can do is you can insert the footnote. Okay, I have kept it here. I will go back. Now I'm putting it at doctor. Uh, I should also not use. Okay, right. Now here I can use insert footnote. So now I'm describing Kishore Kulkarni. Kishore Kulkarni is a faculty of commerce, this college. Okay. So for this you can use insert footnote. But what I can see here, and there is another style that is IEEE. Okay, IEEE. We won't be using it more, but in some Scoopers journal they ask for IEEE. Yeah. See, there is one more style that is IEEE. In some Scoopers journal they use. Okay, so let me touch that also, because that also plays a part of academic writing. So in IEEE style, what we need to do is, see here the findings here. We have added, the author name in the end. Now it will be shown as 1 2 like this. Okay, in IEEE format. Okay, now if I insert this references in IEEE format, see if I can, now here it comes as 1 2. See, I'm very clear. In some Scoopers journal, they ask to refer your articles like this, I mean your references like this. See, I will change the site here now. So this is IEEE. It is now showing as 1. Now I'm going to change it into APA style. So now in APA style, the author name comes and the year comes here. Okay, but in IEEE format, and also go to references, you can see here references. I'll make it bigger for your sake. Okay, for the visibility. Okay, you can see Karen and the author, I mean year, and the journal name, title name, journal name. It's like this. Now if I change it into IEEE, it changes. So reference 1, reference 2, like that it will come. So now it is, see, the reference 1 2. In APA style there won't be numbers here, and if it is in MLA style, you can see, okay, there won't be numbers. Here only year is not there, only author name is here. So this is MLA style, right? So any topic which is related to psychology, use APA. And if some journal requests to make your reference like this, you need to do that. Okay, right. So this is one important point which I need to talk. And let me take some questions from the chat box. Sir, can we use software like Turnitin to check plagiarism? Yes, it's also a legal software. You can use Turnitin as well. Okay, you can use Turnitin. Same question I do want. If questionnaire copy from other thesis, it comes under absolutely 100% your questionnaire. If you're taking it from other thesis, it will show that it is plagiarized one. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to, two things which you need to do. You need to cite it. To be on a safer side, you get permission from that particular owner. Okay, owner of that particular questionnaire tool. Okay, I used to my scholars. Okay, my scholars usually they do. See, as I will give you an example. I also guide students from university. The Liverpool John Moores University. It's from United Kingdom. So whenever a student want to use a questionnaire, okay, a questionnaire, they need to fill a ethical form. Okay, they need to fill a ethical form and they should get signed from me. Okay, so that ethical form should be submitted to the university. It means, what ethical form, the content of ethical form is that from where you have used the tool, did you get the permission from the particular owner of the tool. So all this will be answered in the ethical form. Okay, so that form should be submitted to the university. So whenever if you're going to use a questionnaire which is used by others, it will show plagiarism. So instead, you need to tell them, you acknowledge them, you credit them. Okay, you give credit to them. How to take tested questionnaires? Yeah, very well. You can get permission, and then you can use it. So, and questionnaire copy, reference manager. Yes, you can use. What if you are taking ideas from YouTube videos, talks are into which is not having captions? You need to cite it. See, because if something you tell, and if it becomes controversy, then you will be in trouble. Okay, so to be on safer side, always try to cite. These are things which is going to create problem. Okay, so when you're going to take something from the YouTube or some of the free sources, imagine that if it is going to become a huge problem in India, or some problem with community, with religion, okay, with the state. If something happens like that, then you will be under trouble. So to be on a better side, to be on a safer side, it is better than to cite that particular YouTube video, okay, from where you have taken that source. right? So be on a safer side. As an academician, we need to practice something, right? The 1 minute before taking Shamim, I will ask you, Lavanya, 1 minute. I'll take some questions. Instead, we can use mentally. Yeah, mentally you can use. There are many software check that don't do that. Don't use only the legal softwares. Don't go for free softwares to check plagiarism. There is any those if turn there's on level available. In turn, I use very long time to it, but I don't know now. Share the web link, checking plagiarism. This is a legal software. I mean, institute software. Shows okay, scan. Okay, yeah, Shamim, you can ask. You have raised your hand. Shamim, any question? You have raised your hand. Okay, Lavanya, you can ask.
Sir, can you please elaborate on digital object identifier?
Yes, digital. Yeah, it's like signature for a paper to identify a paper, right? See, this is digital object identifier. So this will be okay. See, this is digital object identifier. So if you publish, see your paper, in order to identify, I'm copying it and I'm going to paste it here. Your paper comes, right? I need to share my screen, right? One second. I'll share.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, this is a digital object identifier. Okay, if I click this, this paper should open. See, this is empty. Okay, only abstract is there. So in order to, read this paper, I need to click this. Now, if I click this, only this comes. So there is another what we call it as uh, one way in order to open this paper, which is not legal actually. See, you have SCI hub. Okay, SCI. When you paste that DOI here, you can open the paper. Okay, now the paper is open. Earlier it didn't open. So I pasted the digital object and then digital object identifier just to identify a paper. Okay, once when you publish in Scoopers or any listed databases, automatically DOI will be there. Okay, so it's like when you go into Google Scholar, you should be aware of all the H index and all, right? So you can see in the profiles. So when you click this, you should have your paper should have a digital object identifier in order to read. So this will take directly to your paper. So this is digital object. It will be provided by the Scoopers, so the journal, the database where it is published. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Lavanya ma'am, it's clear? Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So regarding the Quillboard for Chrome, can researchers download, or is there any special? Is there any category of researchers, or only professors can download?
Quillboard.
Yes, sir.
No, anyone can download. See, there are very nice options here. See, I will explain this. See, you have a standard. When you purchase a legal, you can grammar check. You can check plagiarism. Here, it's a legal tool. It won't go into the database. You can co-write. You can summarize. You can also generate citations. All these things you can do. See, grammar check. So let me paste a paper. So this particular, so I have rewritten now. So let me check whether there is any grammar errors. So I'm copying it and pasting it. Okay, let me check if there is any grammar. Yes, there is a grammar check. So contents. So now I can rewrite it. So fix all errors. So let me put one more paragraph. Okay, and I will add one more.
Can you please share the screen?
Oh, I'm not sharing. I'm extremely sorry. Okay. Okay, now you can see you have a grammar checker. So I have added some paragraph here in Quillboard itself. See, it shows some grammatical errors. So I'm fixing for now. So now all grammar error is fixed, and I can copy it and paste it. So that is thing grammar checker. Now plagiarism checker. So let me take that and put it. So let me copy this. And this is for small writing. This plagiarism checker is for small writing. You can't do it for a bigger one. So I'm scanning. Am I taking time? It's okay, no? Organizers better.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You take your own time, sir. Take your own time, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you can get the main knowledge very nicely, right?
Sir. Take your own time, sir.
Yeah. So the plagiarism check is running now. So that Quillboard has all these options. I'll tell you one more. And this part is very important. You should keep it in mind, the plagiarism part. Okay, so you should be very aware because many of them suffer sometimes, And one more thing is that the actual person should be competent. Those are running actually. We changed it in our university actually. View report. See, I have used 0%. Got it? So we have done that work, right? So we have rewritten it. So plagiarism checker is there. Co-writer is there. You can write. I'll just show you. These things are a little bit advanced version where you can slowly you can learn it. I mean, I'm telling about the tool. Okay, slowly you can learn it, and you have summarizer. Big paragraphs can be summarized, and citation generator. This also you can make it. You can cite website. Say for example, this is the match in a source. So this is a source. Okay, I want to cite this website. Okay, so I am going to generate so citation source is website, and I'm going to cite it. Okay, now it is generated. Save citation. Okay, now which format I want? I want it in APA format. So now it is here. I can copy this and I can put it in Word. So citation generator is also there. Okay. So this is citation of the particular website, right? And you can add it in your Chrome documents. You can add it. So Word also you can add it. So all these are facilities available in the Quillboard. It is very free. Free means there is also free version. In free version, you won't be able to use this part. Only standard. I think you can use only standard. I think when you purchase it, it is not costly. Actually, it will come on only 550 or 560 per month. Okay, and that premium version will have all this facility. Okay, we'll have all this facility. Okay. Yes. Let me take some more questions on it. Okay. Yes, Lavanya. Jennifer, yeah. Jennifer Daffodils image.
Hello, sir. Good evening. I
Yeah.
just want to know how to cite expert opinions from an interview excerpt. Is it okay to just cite the website where the interview is published?
No, I'll show you now. See, if it is an interview, you need to cite all this. Okay. Right. If it is interview, you should cite all the details. So interviewee, title of that particular program, broadcasting title, interviewer, year, month, day, who is the publisher, all these things you need to cite, irrespective whether you have taken it from website, YouTube, or you have conducted the interview on your own, or for your interview or for your institute's sake. Okay, or any other program. Okay, so those details should be there, because interviews are making now problems all over the country, right? So in order to be on safer side, make sure that you give all details. Okay, even now, whatever I have talked, it should be recorded, right? It should be recorded, and it will be in there definitely. Okay, so the right will be going to the Sendil Kumara College, and they will be answerable. So whatever, if my speech has been created some problem with the other businessman or other country, like that, so legally who had need to face that particular person who is organizing, or the person who has given the speech should be responsible. So to be on a safer side, give all the details. Okay, to be on safer side. Anything
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
from wherever you have taken, irrespective, you need to give information. The source should be given. Okay, shall I stop with the permission?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
So you have mentioned that citation generator is also there as part of the quill board. So in such a case, is there no need of going for insert citation and manually typing all the details of the journal articles which you have?
No, like what the ma'am was, Jennifer ma'am was asking if she is feeling very tough, not at all, she don't know what to cite and all. She don't know what to cite, from where to put the source. In that particular case, see if it is a website. Okay, she was asking that. See, so this is a website. So in this particular case, what I can do is I can simply copy this and paste it. So in website, automatically it takes.
Okay, sir.
Let me show that. Okay, so citation generator. So I copied one from the website, I'm pasting it, and I'm going to cite it. Even here, you can see that some questions will be asked here also. Okay. So in this particular case, in these cases, you can use this citation generator. Okay. If you are unknown, if only website is there, then you can take it. Okay.
So that's only for the web references, but for journals, we need to go by the procedure which you mentioned, like insert citation.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Lord.
Yes, ma'am. Journal means you need to put everything. If you are not aware, if you are not very clear, then you can paste that particular source and put it in this generator and take it. Even here, you can see website is there, book is there. Sometimes, we get confused who is the author of the particular book and chapter. In those cases, you can copy and paste that.
Thanks, Anil.
Yeah.
One more doubt, like in quill board, actually we are paraphrasing the sentence which you taken from that. So that itself will not clear from the plagiarism, free from plagiarism, or again we need to cite compulsorily, correct?
So you need to cite that work you need to do. This is only the writing part is
Sentence.
taken care of Quillboard. Okay. So citing it, you need to cite it. 100% you need to cite it. If you're not citing it, again it will fall under plagiarism only. Okay. See, that's what we have done. We have rewritten. Okay, we have rewritten it. We have rewritten it and we have cited it. Got a part? So this part we have rewritten using Quillboard. Okay. And this part is citation, which we have done by using MS Word. So there are combination of softwares which you are using. Word, Quillboard. Again, you have mental SH, and you have paraphrasing. In Quillboard we have a plagiarism checker. So all this, make use of all technology, writing it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Writing part is there. Writing and citation part is another part. So both is different. So you need to combine. Can I use existing variables in my? Yes, of course you can use it, and you can you can give credit to it. Okay, I think still there are some doubts.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
So generally for web references, for example, the data may change. So we tend to write when it was accessed by the researcher. So in case of citation generator, will it automatically record the timestamp, or we'll have to manually enter when that website was accessed, because the data may change and
Yes. Yeah. Then you can see the time is here. So retried May 17, 2022. Today. So it will come automatically.
Okay.
That the time will not come, the day will come.
Thank you, sir.
While referencing PhD thesis from Sud Ganga, publication details I didn't find. How to write the reference in that case? Okay. No, ma'am. Now you have many tools to find out the source. Okay. You need to cite it. You need to cite it. Okay. You can search somewhere with the same words, and then you can put it. 100% you need to cite it. If you're not citing it, then it will be taken as plagiarism. Yes, ma'am. Subha, ma'am. Lavanya ma'am also is right. Subha ma'am, yeah.
You clarified my doubts. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Subha Arnachalam. Okay, I think there's no question.
Subha ma'am. Subha Arnachalam ma'am. Do you have any queries?
If you write somewhere, you put the thesis for preparing questions. It comes under from Whiten branch. Okay, right. Is it comes under pair? Yeah, you need to cite it. You need to cite it. The variables are taken from this particular article or a thesis or a question. You need to cite it. If you're not citing that variables, then it is plagiarism. Yes, sir. You need to cite it, sir. Okay, sir. I think I can conclude.
Sir,
Okay.
just a 2 minutes, principal sir and coordinators will join shortly, sir. We after that we will start our validity session, sir. Just a 2 minutes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
How to cite? Could you give an example? And
okay,
there are
sir.
different set of citations. You have that you need to do different set of citations. Okay. Thank you. Yes. JS Sainimam, there are in-text citation using the citation. I think you are asking APA style and MLA style. Is it so? APA, MLA, Harvard, there are different types, but those citations are based on the journals actually. Thank you, Sivagami. Great session. Thank you very much, Sivagami Shanbagam. Thank you very much, Amita. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you. Shamik, thank you. Please share.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So if the top management of companies were interviewed and for confidentiality purposes we don't include the interview transcript per se, is it okay or is it mandatory to include it as part of the article for a journal, sir?
Yes, ma'am. That you need not to reveal. You don't need to reveal, but you can mention that it will be revealed in a case where you need to prove it. Okay. In such a case only you can tell that. Okay. That's why we have ethical form. Okay. We have ethical form, but in India we are not practicing it. But my students, they write ethical, they fill that ethical form and they submit it to thesis. Okay. That in that form it will be very clear. So whatever which is confidential, that will not be revealed to anybody. Okay, say for example, as you said, no, the name of the person, it will not reveal. The name of the director, the name of the manager will not be revealed. Okay, so if someone asks, if government is asking you because of some problem, then at that time you need to tell. Okay, so in such cases, you can tell. Otherwise, you don't need to tell. But you need to have that ethical form filled and signed. And, it should be submitted to the thesis itself. But we are not practicing that ethical form in any of the universities because I have gone to all the universities, but I have not seen that particular practice, ethical form filling. Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. Very informative. Thank you, Sudhiraj. Thank you. Thanks to all of my followers. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, anything which you, there may be question one part, sometimes, the old format, as I said, no, I didn't give a clear picture on that. Some supervisor will tell to write numbers and then put it logically. I don't know whether in the earlier session they included. Some professors will tell that put it in alphabetical order, the citation, the review of literature. This is also a wrong method. Okay, so yeah, it should not follow like that. It should not be year wise, or it is not like alphabetical order, or it should not any chronological order. It should not be like that. Okay, it should be purely based on the concept flow of the paper. Okay, concept flow of the paper. This is also a very good skill of an academic writing. Okay, so it's like a concept flow. So when you're going to finish your paper, it should be based on the flow. It should be even a citation may come in the beginning. Latest version come in the beginning, and something in between some will come. So like that, there are different types of years where you want to interlink the part. So at that time, it should be based on the flow and not based on the chronological or alphabetical order. So those mistakes we see when we are evaluating the PhD thesis. We see, so those mistakes should be avoided in academic writing. And very particular, you cannot mix APA style and MLA style together. So it means that the scholar has not done proper methodology, lessons properly. So these are all things which you need to take care. And some databases, and when you're going to collect review papers, you collect it from the databases where it is, the database should be very standardized one. Libraries. Now, because Google is there, everything is there, but the problem is you should take the authentic papers, and reliable papers.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the wonderful session. And thank you, participants, for your keen attention, good cooperation, and nice interaction. And now it's your time to reveal your feedback. Participants, please reveal your feedback. Your feedback help us for future programs.
Actually, the session was very wonderful, actually informative. With all the case studies, particularly the question answers, Mr. Kishore made the session very attractive and informative. We didn't miss even a single slide, actually. So thank you very much, sir. And also the organizers and the committee and the college members, really appreciate and really thankful for all of you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot to the college team and to both the resource persons. They were very interactive and the sessions were extremely informative, and they clarified all the queries of participants very patiently and took up all the questions whenever they came up. So thanks a lot to one and all for the wonderful sessions. Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, from me, it's a very short session, but very informative, very precise, and it was more interactive. Yeah, that way, we could understand more from Professor Kishore. Thank you, Professor Kishore, and thank you for the university. Thank you for all the participants.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, all. Myself, K.R. Geeta from Ayappa University.
Good evening.
Really, the 2-day sessions were purposeful for the novice researchers. I would like to thank the organizers and the resource person from the eminent institution. Thank you all.
So good evening, this is Abhinay. So thank you for your valuable information regarding this plagiarism and other external softwares we could use in this research program, sir. It was really very useful for me to learn more about plagiarism and other softwares like such softwares which I could previously use Zotero software. Sir, is it possible for me to use Zotero in this research program, sir?
Yeah, very well. You can use it, Abhi. Very well. You can use it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your valuable information, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Such a great informative session for us, and it helps us to more aware about plagiarism, and also the quill boat is a new term for me. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much about that, and thank you, Selvanathan sir, and entire organizing team. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, Professor Kishore sir. Sir, it is a very wonderful session. It is very informative, and even though it is the short and the time period, maybe we have expected the extensive the time period, but the way you have conveyed the answer, it is very valuable to all the participants. It will be so useful, sir. And the credit goes to the institution, sir. The thing is, the way they have arranged the resource persons, the most of the cases and most of the programs, and it is amazing, sir, really. And since we also partial part of the as a participant in this program, so I'm so happy, and thanks once again, the Professor Kishore sir and Mr. Selvanathan sir and the institution organizer. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Meena from Fatima College MBA department. So my point of view is like it's a very current topic where most of the unethical issues and other things are happening in and around us. So a very right topic chosen by both the departments at right time and well delivered by both the resource persons. You paid trivial attention, even for small information, you paid attention and you answered all the queries. It was so excellent. And my hats off to you, both the resource persons, both today and also yesterday. Thank you very much to both the departments. Thank you.
Any other participants, please?
Once again, good evening, one and all. Now, validatory session begins, and I invite our respected principal, Captain Dr. P. Sundarabanian sir, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, please.
Good evening to all of you. I am really happy to proceed over this validatory function of a successful completed virtual seminar. Ethics, I think, the introductory inaugural section itself, I have explained to what extent research ethics is important. And from the feedback, I know that all the participants have benefited from the wonderful conference. I appreciate the efforts taken by the Department of Commerce self-funded, especially Professor Selvanathan for organizing such a nice program in the online mode so that many scholars have benefited from the mode. Because this is conducted during the out of the college hours or in your free hours so that the interested persons can participate in this program. So once again, I appreciate the efforts taken by the Department of Commerce self-funded, and I wish him to bring many more programs for the benefit of the budding researchers. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next, I invite our self-finance programs coordinator, Dr. R. Palniappan sir, to deliver the valedictory address. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. respected and beloved principal of our esteemed institution, Dr. P. Sundarabandyan, the eminent person of today's session, Dr. Kishore, Professor Selvanathan, the faculty members of Commerce SF, and our lovable participants of today's national level seminar. A great good evening to all of you. Really a day to cherish, because our budding researchers or research scholars really must have enjoyed the session. I too was a participant for the past 30 to 35 minutes. Really, Professor Kishore was explaining with the clear illustrations. The way by which he interacted with the audience was remarkable. Thank you very much, Professor, for your timely delivery of goods to our people. Your input was really amazing. The way by which you delivered the details related to plagiarism, consequences of plagiarism, referencing methods, paraphrasing techniques, paraphrasing using software. Really, I was amazed by your lecture, your interaction by which you are given inputs related to technology, the way by which technology to be used. Earlier days, people found it to write difficult, their papers and other things. Now, using the technology, they can write grammatically correct. Without any plagiarism, they can write if they are properly using the technology. So, and a very nice lecture, sir. Thank you so much on behalf of Virudhunagar Hindu Nadar Sendhik Madar College. I am taking a positive note from your side. Your lecture was that much great, and without any hesitation for any questions that many have asked you. You are explaining with full enthusiasm, and that was the spirit we expected from the eminent persons like you. And both yourself and Arul Murugan have done a remarkable job and taking our institution to great heights, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful lecture. And on behalf of all the participants, hopefully this 2-day session should have made them more powerful in research, more powerful in presenting their research. And that is the objective and target that we were aiming for it. And this, my wholehearted thanks from the college management goes to Professor Selvanathan, Professor Sivasundari, Professor Balaji, Professor Raj Mohan, and all his team members for to have taken gallant effort from right from a month back in bringing this session. 100 and odd participants are here, 130 registrants, and 30 participants. I would like to give a list of participants. Hopefully, everyone should be amazed on seeing from Andhra Pradesh 4, Chhattisgarh 2, Gujarat 2, Himachal Pradesh 1, Jammu and Kashmir 1, Jharkhand 1, Karnataka 8, Kerala 3, Madhya Pradesh 1, Odisha 1, Pondicherry 3, Uttar Pradesh 1, Uttarakhand 1. Real national seminar. Not for namesake, they have named it as a national seminar. The entire country has been participating in it, and we are also having the recorded session. Hopefully, if Kishore sir and Arul Murugan sir permit us, we are ready to deliver the goods to all the research scholars. And once again, my heartfelt thanks to Professor Kishore and Arul Murugan and all the participants in and around India. Thank you very much for the opportunity given, and enjoyed the session a lot. Thank you very much, participants. Wish you all good luck in your future. Best wishes for your future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. The link for attendance cum feedback is in the chat box. So, dear participants, please fill it out with a formal passport size photo, which will be printed in your certificate. Now, I call upon Dr. A. Anita Ma'am, Assistant Professor of BBA, Mangerkarsi College of Arts and Science for Women, Madurai, to propose vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, one and all present here. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making this program a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank the management of V.H.N.S.N.College and Mangarekarsi College for their endless support to conduct the two-day national level virtual research development program on ethical norms of research writing and publications Scopus indexed journals. Our heartfelt thanks to Dr. P. Sundarabandyan sir, Principal, V.H.N.S.N. College, and Dr. S. Rajeshwari, Principal, Mangarekarsi College, and Dr. R. Palaniyappan sir, Coordinator, Self-Financing Program, V.H.N.S.N. College, for their guidance and support for this program. Thank you, sir and madam. I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Mr. Selvanathan sir, Head and Assistant Professor of Department of Commerce SF, and Mrs. R.C. Shantakumari, Head and Assistant Professor of Mangarekarsi College of Arts and Science, for their dedication and effortless works for the conduction of this program. My heartfelt thanks to our speakers, Dr. V. Arulmurugan sir, Assistant Professor and Research Supervisor, Pondicherry University, Karaikal, for his session on publishing in indexed journals. And Dr. K. Kishore sir of today's session for his excellent presentation on plagiarisms. He clearly explained the content and concepts related to plagiarisms, and he thoroughly explained the doubts raised by the participants. Thank you very much, sir. A special thanks to Mrs. M. Sivasundari ma'am, Assistant Professor of Commerce and Coordinator of this program, the faculty members of Department of Commerce, V.H.N.S.N. College, Mr. Balaji sir, Kalai Sihamani sir, Rajmohan sir, Saravanan sir, and faculty members of Department of BBA, Mangarekarsi College, Mrs. Jagadishwari, Rajalakshmi, and Saranya for their support and guidance. I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Mr. A. Ganapati, Lab Technician, and Mr. Mageshwaran, Lab Technician, student of Arun Balaji and Pandi Venkatraj for their technical support. Last but not least, we would like to convey my sincere thanks to all the participants from various colleges and universities for their support and cooperation. Without you, we cannot achieve this grand success. We expect your cooperations and support for our future activities also. Thank you all present here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.